researcher in the Middle East affairs and identity politics, Dr. Taha Ali Ahmed from Cairo, Egypt. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Taha. So, as you know, the campaign for freedom for Öcalan and political solution for Kurdish question has been started from 74 different points all over the world. So, what do you think about this campaign? How important to have a new campaign, have a new era for Free Öcalan and have a political solution for Kurdish question? So, how would you going to evaluate this new campaign? How important it is?
I think launching initiatives of campaigns for freedom of Abdullah Öcalan, I think it's very important in this time because we are in a changing world and changing regime orders. So the critical issues like Kurdish Palestinians are very important to be pushed on the international mind in general. So launching the campaign of Abdullah Öcalan in 74 places all over the world, I think this is very wonderful success uh, to put it on, and create momentum for such important issue because it's crucial in the Middle East in general, and also it is a very unique sample of another kinds of issues. It's humanity, it's politically, it is socially also. It's similar to many issues all over the world. So focusing on Abdullah Öcalan issue is very important to create and aware the world opinion to of such issues. So it's important to launch this campaign now exactly, and because the world, as I mentioned, is heavily changing. The Middle East, as you know, is very rapidly changing, also accelerating. So Kurdish issue, it's very nice to have its place nowadays, especially because it's, as I said, it creates a very important momentum in the world opinion.
As you know, for the Middle East peace and sustainability, as well as for the democracy in the Middle East, how important figure is Öcalan, do you think?
Abdullah Öcalan create his vision upon the society. Society is the main point in his vision. So, Middle East is very rich of variations of ethnicity, religions, and so much minorities. So the approach which is based on society is very suitable to deal with the political and social solution in the Middle East. That's why I think Abdullah Öcalan's vision is very important to deal with the political and the social issues in the Middle East.
Thank you. So, what does it mean to you and as well as the Arab world, the revolution in Rojava, which based on Öcalan's ideas? Very shortly, that one is.
It's important because it's against the imperialism and the modern capital modernism, and because it's exploit the places wherever it is in the Middle East, we are suffering too much of the exploitation of the middle of the capitalist modernism. So Abdullah Öcalan all time criticizes and heavily criticizes the exploitations and injustice by the Western powers over the Middle East. That's why revolution in Rojava is very important to be the cornerstone to change the Middle East in general.
Thank you, Doctor. So, how important is the solution of Kurdish question for the region and for the whole world?
Uh, Solving the Kurdish revolution is a key to keep stability in the Middle East in general, and so the world strategy in general and world politics, because of the stability on the Middle East is because the Middle East is very important cornerstone of the stability all over the world, because it's unique and critical geostrategic location. Middle East is important for the world strategy in general. So keeping stability and peace in the Middle East is very important to keep it on the globally in general.
Thank you, Doctor. So also the isolation on Öcalan still continues. Turkish state is pushing the isolation and trying to keep silence the Öcalan's. When you look at the Europe, when it comes to the human rights and democracy, they sell themselves very well, but they don't make any voice about Öcalan's isolation. So what are your concerns of the current treatment of Öcalan and the still ongoing isolation on him? What is your comments on isolation of Öcalan? Do you think it's against the human rights? And what would you like to say to break this isolation?
I think don't expect any good response from the Western powers and Western states and Western government in general, because Abdullah Öcalan all time criticizes the injustice of the Western civilizations and Western exploitations of the peoples. That's why we can explain the involvement of the of arrest of the West of in arresting Abdullah Öcalan 25 years before. They are not innocent. They participated in the crime of arresting Abdullah Öcalan. So that's why you can explain their silence, the bad, very bad and unhuman conditions in the prison in Emirali in Turkey. I think it's because the Turkish authority are afraid of the Abdullah Öcalan's idea of liberation of the liberation, not only the Kurdish people, but all of the Middle East peoples that are under the in the light of or under the umbrella of the Turkish project to exploit all over the area, the area. So the double standards is well known of the international politics, especially in the Western policies in the Middle East. Exactly, especially. I don't wait and expect any response from the West to help Abdullah Öcalan, because they have double standards in their calls and their voices of human rights. Where is the human rights in Palestine, in Iraq, and Kurdish people also? That's I don't wait any well response from the West.
Thank you. We already talked about the importance of Öcalan figure, but how important figure is Öcalan? Do you think he is? He has a key role to play to bring peace in the Middle East and bring peaceful solution to the Kurdish question as well, and sustainability to the region as well. Very shortly and to the point.
Abdullah Öcalan tries to liberate his people, the Kurdish people, and so he have a vision. It's not on the Kurdish people only. It's related to the Arabs, the all of the people in the Middle East. So that's why I think he is very unique mind, and he has very unique thought to should be adopted in solving Middle East problems. That's why I think Abdullah Öcalan should have more attention in his ideas and his project in PKK and its deal and its approach to deal with the Middle East problems.
Thank you. You also mentioned the PKK. It was PKK's 45th anniversary last day. How important freedom for Öcalan and delisting the PKK from forbidden organizations list? Very shortly, that one as well, please.
The importance of the PKK and Öcalan thought is because it's paid and attracted the attention of the world on the Kurdish issue. Before Ogalan and PKK, the world issue was not in this heavy existence on the world opinion. That's why PKK attracted the attention of the world to the Kurdish problem, and I think it pushed to solve it. PKK has many initiatives to solve the Kurdish problem peacefully, but the Turkish authorities refused many times because it radically refused any voice of non-Kurdish people.
Thank you, Doctor. Lastly, shortly, what is your support message to the campaign? What is your freedom for Öcalan message? Why Öcalan should be free?
Should be Abdullah Öcalan should be free because he calls for liberation of women, liberation of people, liberation of the human will from the exploitation of the capitalist modernity, and to liberation of the peoples from the authoritarian regimes and the mentalities that should be take over.
Thank you, Doctor. Researcher in the Middle East Affairs and Identity Politics, Dr. Taha Ali Ahmed from Cairo, Egypt. Thanks for joining us and thank you for your valuable comments.
Thank you, and you are welcome.